Okay, I just finished Walnut Creek, Lake number 2 in Crete, Nebraska. Sorry I was quiet and kind of hiding up here. I don't like doing videos in front of other fishermen. They always kind of give me the annoyed look. You know, people come out here to avoid the noise, and sometimes I add to that, and I didn't want to add to it today. So this is Walnut Creek Lake number 2, but I just did the video. This is something a little different. A couple weeks ago, a fellow YouTuber and subscriber, DMA0, asked me if I would show my setup, like how I get it up onto the car, the equipment that I use. Sounds like he has kind of the same car that I have. So let me show you guys what I got going on here. I normally don't like doing this kind of stuff. I don't like doing reviews. I'm not really into that. Don't get me wrong, I love watching reviews on YouTube on products I'm gonna buy, but I'm not the one that does it. But for you, DMA0, this is for you. So check this out. It is a Swifty, it's a Perception Swifty 9.5, which means it is 9.5 feet long. Now, I was told when I did all this back in 2018 that this was one of the smallest kayaks you could buy. They're usually 10, 12, 14 feet long. Now, having said that, up here, I got these foam pads. Now, back in 2018, I bought those off of Amazon for like 20 bucks. I just recently looked and they're like 50 because kayaking is a popular sport. Over here, I don't know why I just walked around the car. I could have stayed over there. This is just another foam pad. It velcros around, and that came as a set of 2 on Amazon, and I think those were like 25 bucks. Again, I think the price has gone up. I haven't really looked at those lately. So the kayak, it's got that hole back here, that little port, which I have never used. I have no reason to use that thing. I never keep anything in there. I don't do anything with it. That hole just so happens to line up with my antenna. So that's how this kayak works with this car. If I would have gotten a longer kayak, this hole would have been like back here, and the kayak would have crushed the antenna. So that's how that works. A couple years ago, I think it was 2019, I noticed that they stopped making these kayaks, but just last summer I saw them back on the shelf at Dick's Sporting Goods, and they got me excited. I've honestly thought about going and buying another one in case this one ever gets a hole in it, just to have a backup, because this kayak, like I said, works with this car. Any other kayak wouldn't work. So I'm gonna show you guys. I think the big question that DMA0 had was, how do I get this kayak up onto the car? It sounds like DMA0 has a long kayak, a heavy long kayak, and probably weighs close to, I don't know, 100 pounds. This thing weighs, I think, about 45, so it's nothing. Weighs nothing. So let me show you guys how I get this up onto the car. All right, so what I do is I just pick it up over my head like this, and just put it up here like this. I rest it on my head. I bring it around. I make sure the antenna is lined up with the pad, with the hole, and that's it. I go around, make sure everything's squared up. I go to the front of the car to make sure it's lined up with the car. And that's it. So yeah, as you guys can see here, the antenna is in that hole, and it's resting on that pad and these pads. That's it. There it is, square with the car. Nice and straight. I tie it down with ratchet straps, which are right here. I do a lot of driving with this kayak on top, and I've never ever had a problem. I don't feel it, I don't hear it. So there you go. That's it. You know, I absolutely love this kayak. I don't really have any others to compare it to. I've been on other kayaks, but not long enough to do a comparison, you know what I'm saying? So this kayak's the way to go. I never had a problem with it. It flows, it steers straight like you guys have seen in my videos. It's good. So there you go, DMA Zero. Hopefully that answered your questions. If you have any more questions, hit me up. Oh, I was gonna show you guys my equipment. Hold on a second. All right, so here's my equipment that I normally use. Life vest, that's important. This thing is a butt pad for an office chair, and I actually bought this pad for my chair in my office at work, and I didn't like it because you sit up too high and kind of at a funny angle. Well, it was in the garage one day, and obviously there's not much of a pad that comes with the kayak, so I threw it in here, and look at that. It's pretty much perfect. So it's comfy, and I don't get butt sore when I'm kayaking. This is one of those pads that you can buy like at Walmart. You usually see these like on boats that people just carry for a life preserver. I use this. Let me fix this here. I put this behind the seat. That way it doesn't feel like I'm gonna break these straps. It just kind of adds support to my back. And it might come in use if I ever fall out and need to clutch onto something. But then again, I got the life jacket. This guy, you guys have probably seen these before. This clips onto the kayak. Sorry, it's hard to do this with one hand. That's how I clip it, and that's how I get my shots of me in the kayak looking at me. So that's how I use that. The camera goes right here. This thing bends everywhere. I can get shots over here. Like I said, I can get a selfie shot of me kayaking. I love that thing. I think it's like 15 bucks on Amazon. And this gripper grips onto just about anything. And also, I just want to mention this. I tie everything off. I clip it right there. Because if the camera's on here and this falls in, boom, it's saved. Let's see. This is probably the most important thing that I use. This suction cups right onto here, and that's where I get 99% of my shots, my videos. GoPro goes right here, and it faces that way. That is the first person view that you guys always get when I'm doing these videos. And again, this clips right onto there, so nothing gets lost. Selfie stick, I hardly ever use this. I use it in the beginning of the videos when I show you guys the lakes, when I'm kind of walking around. But yeah, you know, this came with a kit, a GoPro kit. I think that's it. This, I always tie this off at the front in case if I ever come in trouble and I get stuck, someone can actually hook on to my kayak using this, and it's like a towing rope, you know? Also, the big thing that I didn't mention, if you can look back in here, there is a step ladder. I am a short guy, so using a step ladder to get up here and tie down the ratchet straps, that's key. I don't go anywhere without that step ladder when I'm kayaking. So I think I covered everything. Yeah. When it's colder out, obviously I use gloves. I keep everything like in this box, in that crate. So there you go. There you guys go. That's my demonstration on how I do this. Like I said, this kayak is the only one that will really work with this vehicle. Speaking of that, I failed to mention, I did try the J hooks that normally people see on their cars when they carry their kayaks. I actually bought those when I first started doing this. I didn't like them. The kayaks sit way too high up on the car, and I have a low clearance in my garage, and I like to load things the night before. So like last night, the kayak was already on the car in my garage. I didn't have to get up this morning and do this. So I tried the J hooks. I think they're called J bars, J hooks, whatever. And I didn't like them. I didn't like the way that it was set up. I had to, you know, really reach in up here and screw it in. Didn't like it. So honestly, I have never seen anyone else carry this kayak or any kayak on top of their car like I do. It's always on those J racks. So whatever works for you, I guess, you know. This works for me. It doesn't scratch the car. I don't feel it when I'm driving. So there you go. There you guys go. So thanks for watching. I appreciate it. This was Walnut Creek number 2. I'm gonna go do some other lakes. Man, it's already 10:30. So it's starting to get windy. Whatever. Thanks for watching. I hope these answered your questions. DMA0. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Thanks for all your nice comments. I appreciate it. So thanks guys. Bye.